Hi guys, Josh Wells here with Starting Strength Houston. I'm here today with Ken, who is one of our clients here at Starting Strength Houston. Ken, you've been with us for how long?
Right at 6 months.
Right at 6 months. So we're going to talk about where you started, how you came in, and what this has done for you. So let's start off with what brought you in here.
Sure. At the end of June, I had been diagnosed with diabetes, and my A1C was off the chart. It was not even registering. It was over 14, and my glucose was at 296. And so I went and had a consult with not only my doctor, but also someone at a DEXA scan facility, and they recommended that I do some strength training in addition to aerobic.
Okay.
So they recommended starting strength, and I left that appointment and came right here.
Well, we're very appreciative of that. So when you first came in, your first day of training, what were your starting weights?
Thanks. We started at, started the squat at 55, and then the press at 20, the deadlift at 85, and bench at 55. And so, I had not been active in any kind of physical activity really before I came in here.
Right. And that was fairly apparent because we figured out really quickly your mobility, your ability to actually get into some of these positions such as a low bar back squat and press the bar up overhead were a little limited, weren't they not?
Yeah, I basically couldn't do it.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So over the past 6 months, we've slowly got you down to a better position, through stretching and beating you up through just actual squatting, trying to get the bar in position correct.
Yeah, and you and Tony have tried to encourage me in terms of stretching and like hanging from the bar and getting close to the bar and just doing some different stretch moves. Yeah.
Right. And I remember on your press, we actually had you started pressing against the actual rack because you couldn't get that thing close to being over your shoulders, could you?
No, I couldn't. I could not get my hands to where they would come in line with my shoulders. So.
Yeah. And at the top of it, you were still leaving it way out front as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's been a process, but we've gotten you closer and closer to where you need to be in order to continue to make this progress.
Yep. Absolutely.
You're still high bar squatting. The bar's still high. It's not in the low bar position yet.
Right.
But we're still working on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like we talked about, the bar was almost on your neck when we first started. And we had to have your hands way out wide, but
right.
So we've gotten it.
We've advanced.
We've advanced. Right.
Yep.
And in the process, we've actually got your numbers up pretty high, have we not?
Higher than I ever thought that I would be. Yes.
I see.
Especially in 6 months.
Right. Your squat's gone from 55 to 190.
Yep.
Your press went from 20 to 73.
Yep.
We're still struggling on that just because, range of motion on that.
Right. And it's been helpful that instead of doing 3 sets of 5 to do 3 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 3.
Right. We've had to deviate from the typical 5 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 5, and back that off so that we still can make progress. We're not continually trying to just hammer in the 3 sets of 5. We've got to change that. You're an older guy, so you're not going to respond the same way as a younger guy, and we have to keep that in mind.
Yep.
So not just changing up the exercises, but also changing up the sets and reps as we progress on.
Sure.
So.
Just so people will know, I'm 60 years old. So
I forgot to mention that. You are 60.
Just turned 60, and I just felt like I needed to do something pretty drastic.
Right.
So
yeah.
You guys have been very helpful and accommodating, especially in terms of training and making adjustments so that I still feel I'm not dragging out of here at the end of every day.
Right, and that's something we don't want. We don't want you to quote unquote drag out of here. We want you to feel good, still be able to do your everyday life once you leave here.
Right.
If you can't do that, then obviously we need to change something, and that's what we've done, so that you can continue to do normal activities outside of here.
Sure.
Your deadlift, you made huge gains on that. You went from 85 to 205. I know we've had to play with that a little bit because deadlift is obviously very taxing, but you know, that's more than you've ever thought you would ever deadlift.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bench press, you went from 55 to 135. That's still huge.
Yeah, it is huge. I mean, I went to the big plates.
Yeah.
So-
Always a proud moment when you go to a big plate.
Yeah, that's right.
So good. Let's talk about something that goes along with all this, the effects of all this training. You've seen some significant, not just health effects from this, but you've also seen your body weight. You came in here at 174 pounds, and now you actually dropped weight.
Yeah, I went down to 170, but based on the information from this DEXA scan, I lost about 6 pounds of body fat.
So you put on a significant amount of muscle and lost pretty good body fat too. And what did you do? What did you do to make this all happen besides just coming in here and training? What did you do outside of here?
Sure. For the most part, it was drastic changes to a diet.
Yeah.
Which it was basically cutting out sugar. Cutting out sugar, pasta, bread, all that. So, so really it was cutting out the sweets, and I was a person that was drinking, 4 or 5 sodas a day, eating, fast food all the time.
Right.
And so I had to change all that immediately.
Yeah.
And that in conjunction with this has really, the benefits have just been huge.
Yeah. And cutting out all that and changing your diet, you went back to the doctor, 3 months, or how long ago did you go back to the doctor for your blood work?
Yeah, so I've been back, as of last week, I've been back 3 times.
Okay.
And just to get some periodic stuffs because they were going to put me on medication.
Yep.
So I was trying to do everything I could to not go on medication. So my A1C, like I said, it started out at over 14 and glucose at 296 or something. And then after about 3 months, I had dropped that down to, I think it was like 7.5 on the A1C and just over, I think, 190 on the glucose. As of last week, my A1C was down to 6.2.
It's awesome.
So it was like crazy. The doctor came in, he said, well, we're not even going to talk about, medications today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
So
great.
you came in basically diabetic,
Yeah.
and within 6 months you have been now. That's not even a question.
Yeah, that's right. I guess my understanding is once you're diagnosed as a diabetic, you always are a diabetic, but there's not any medicine that I don't have to have medication to control it. So it's good.
That's great.
It's all great.
That's
Yep.
great, man. Yeah. So you've made a huge lifestyle change with your nutrition and coming in here. I mean, what else can you ask for as far as results? Gotten stronger, and more stronger than you've ever been in your entire life, and you're healthier.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's I've gotten more than I bargained for when I came in. I will say that.
Excellent.
And we have a good time as well.
Yeah, gotta have a good time.
Yeah, between you and Tony and everybody on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class.
Yeah.
Last thing in the evening, 7:15 class. We have a good time.
Yeah, gotta have a good time, because if you don't, what's the point in coming back?
Yep, exactly.
So, well, Ken, appreciate your time. Thank you very much, sir.
Yep, thanks a lot.